Arnold Palmer half and half here.
That's not. What's the other half? I know. Is it tea and booze?
Lemonade.
What's the other half?
Tea, lemonade, and booze. I don't know. It's 5% by volume. I don't know what's in there.
Go.
I guess it'd be vodka. Perhaps. I don't know.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the claw, baby. That's what we're doing here. It's refreshing. Mine has been in my chest freezer in the basement for 45 minutes, and that gets you a nice little crisp little bit of bite. And by bite, I just mean ice because you got to chew through it.
Gotcha.
So I got another one. It's marinating in there. Get that one in just a few minutes, and then we'll do the show and have some nice little slumber time. Got a question for you guys. When you guys wake up in the middle of the night with an idea, a thought in your head, what do? Do you guys write it down, or do you guys just say, I hope I remember this in the morning, and gone again?
I'm the latter. I try to remember it. Actually, I have a pretty good couple of stories. Nothing of note, but I get what you're getting. I understand what you're getting at, but no, I don't write it down.
Yeah. Because last night, 3 a.m, I was compelled to open up my phone and jot this down. Now, you guys can make of this what you will. I will first read you simply what I jotted down at 3 a.m. in a wistful slumber, and then I will tell you my interpretation of what this means. So I woke up, I literally wrote, show. Shaq is a narc. Government surveillance program. Ring doorbells. We have to give in willingly. So I know what I meant when I woke up in the morning when I read through that. Now, you guys are aware that Shaquille O'Neal is like, I don't know, he's like at least a 1/3 stake owner in the Ring doorbells, the ones that you touch and they've got the video and it goes to your phone and all that stuff.
I was unaware of that.
I feel like he said something. He started investing in these things because he felt like 10 or 15 years ago, someone said you should invest in something, and he laughed about it. He poo-pooed the idea, and it turns out and whatever it is has now become a lucrative, everyday thing worth billions of dollars. So he rolls the dice on. I don't know if this is a roll of the dice. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was something like energy drinks. It's not energy drinks, but something along those lines.
Well, I mean, he's a heavy investor in the General, the General Insurance. Mm-hmm. And he claims, back when I was in college, they wouldn't insure me. And then I went to the General. And the General was like, how much money you got? And I said, this is how much money I got. He said, guess what? You're insured by the General. So when I came back around and I made some money, I decided I, too, would invest in the General the way the General invested in. And then he did all sorts of just kind of quote-unquote lame things. He went in, he bought half a Papa John's. But the ring is what concerns me. The reason I wrote down that Shaq is a narc, if you also remember, Shaquille O'Neal at one time was deputized, I believe, in the great state of Florida, if I'm not mistaken.
Florida.
That sounds right.
Texas is ringing a bell for some other reason, but that's fine. We'll go with Florida. Sure.
So heavy into law enforcement. Shaq, again, standing true to being a narc. Now, what concerns me the most is it seems to me that Shaquille O'Neal is heavily involved in law enforcement, and then he got involved in this Ring doorbell service, which is creating like that Batman. Remember in the second Batman movie where they had he pretty much tacked everybody's cell phones and created like this mega network that was able to survey and spy on everybody? That's what Shaquille O'Neal is now doing with the Ring doorbell service. If the police need video, they go around, they tap the Ring network, and bam, they can get all the information they need. But as Americans, unwilling, like China, where they force them to do it, we're buying into the surveillance program. And Shaquille O'Neal, he's that thumbtack that's right in the middle of the board with all the red strings wrapped around it. Shaq is a narc. I rest my case.
Hey, and this happened in the second Batman with Danny DeVito and Michelle Pfeiffer? I don't remember that part.
Yeah, it's great.
That's
Batman
the one.
Damn.
He buzzed everybody's two-way pager.
Yeah.
1994.
That's right.
And then it created a web of vision almost.
Right. And then Michelle Pfeiffer came out
right.
in her skin tight suit and went here.
Correct.
Here. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the ramblings of apparently a madman, because guys apparently aren't buying into my theory or my thought process here.
I mean, I would if you had been like, we carry cell phones in our pockets. Like, that's more, you know what I mean? You're right. They are doing it. And it's these things. These are them. It's not the rings.
Yeah, but the thing is, the rings can be accessed remotely at any time, just like our cell phones. But like you said, if they access my cell phone at say like 12 noon on a Tuesday, then all they're going to do is get like a blank image of my butt cheek because that's where my phone is. But the Ring, it's watching the world, and it's also using your neighbor's network. It's using the guy down the block. They can create. I'm wondering if they accessed all of these things at one time, how much of a geographic location could be surveyed at one time, and you bought it. You wouldn't let the government come in. Hey guys, listen, we're going to put a video camera on every front door throughout the entirety of the United States. But no, Shaq comes on. He's like, do you need a home security system? Really cheap, works really well. Somebody knocks on your door. Hey, who is it? Oh, I see. Buy the Ring. We're putting them on our own houses willingly, and Shaq's at the center.
Right? Do you have one?
I didn't install it. My dad got me one for Christmas, and I was like, yeah, cool, thank you. And I was like, I'm not putting this on my front door. And now it's just sitting in a box.
It's probably fired up though. You know, you probably don't know about it. It's already creating a network, a web.
I took the battery pack out too.
Oh, okay. You fucking paranoid motherfucker.
Americans are weird.
Yeah. I don't know. Is Ring the? Because I know there's all types of security systems like that based off of some sort of application / webcam or something like that. Is Ring the ringleader of them?
It is. You got the Arlo, and then you've got the Ring, and I can't remember what the third one is, but yeah, Ring's not gonna, because of Shaquille O'Neal and his star power. I mean, he doesn't even have to sell you anything. It's just like, damn man, Shaq's such a lovable giant. I'll buy whatever he's selling.
I mean, that's fair. I do not turn my nose up at Shaq endorsed things.
Do you think he would?
I mean, I don't have the general or anything, but I've never lost my license for any reason and need to be insured. So,
yeah, never gave someone an STD in a car and got.
Yeah, I don't have 3 DUIs
for $45 million.
And need car insurance.
So does I mean, who's that? Chris was going to say something about it. If Shaq, if times ever hit hard, he really needed to push these, good marketing campaign. What if he sold them with like free DVDs of Shaq Fu or Steel?
I mean, Steel. Maybe I'll hard pass on a Shaq Fu.
Yeah,
I'll take Steel.
Wait, I thought Shaq Fu was just a video game, though. Was it a movie too?
Dude, there was Shazam. Shaq Fu movie. Hold on.
Shazam?
No, you're right.
Nope,
you stumped the Schwab. Shaq Fu is just a straight up video game. There's Steel, and then Shazam, where he plays a genie.
How'd they get away with those marketing rights? Because I mean, now that's a big DC franchise.
And sorry, it's Kazam. My bad.
Kazam. There you go.
Oh, you would have known it if I said Kazam. That would have rung a bell. It would have rung your ringer.
No, no. I knew he played a genie in a movie, but but then once you said Shazam, I was like, that can't be right because they have the big DC Comics Shazam. They wouldn't have just willingly like, yeah, Shaq, go ahead and steal our proprietary property for your own benefit.
Shaq's been in 77 movies.
No way.
A lot of there's a lot of this is voiceover, but dating all the way back to Blue Chips. You had Shaq Fu. Wait, that's a music video. Sorry. All right. Oh no, the Shaq Fu video game. Sorry. Kazam. He was on Martin a little bit. He was on Good Burger. Steel. He was chairman of the board. Why does that ring a bell?
With fucking Carrot Top?
Yes, sir.
With fucking Carrot Top?
You're right. He makes a cameo. He's the museum guard.
Well, I know what my movie is for that thing we were talking about.
Next month. That's right, folks. We're gonna do a good bad movie review. Last recording of every week of every month. One coming up later on. Before you go. So yeah, chairman of the board. Any other notables?
And by the way, chairman of the board is responsible for one of the greatest late night sit down interviews of all time. Conan O'Brien, Courtney Thorne-Smith, and Norm Macdonald as the first guest sitting in. Courtney Thorne-Smith has the personality of dry paint, and Norm Macdonald just fucking roasts her.
Yeah,
with that movie at the helm.
Rates her with that movie.
I bet it's spelled B-O-R-E-D.
Conan just loses it.
It's like some other notable ones. He he was in Arliss. He was in Freddy Got Fingered as Shaquille. He was in The Wash with Snoop and Dre.
Wow.
Yeah. Bernie Mac Show, The Parkers, Johnny Bravo, Tracy Morgan Show, Scary Movie 4. All self-titled too.
There was a fourth one.
All as Shaq. Yeah, yeah. All as himself. Kind of one of these things like who was it? Larry King, right? That was like a fun fact Friday. Larry King started as himself in something like 100 and some odd movies.
A million films, yeah.
Yeah, because every time there was like a news event, they had to have that cutaway shot like, so Tony Stark, what do you do? And they had to have him sit down with Larry King.
Right.
And so he just played himself. He probably didn't even know he was in a movie. He probably thought he was legitimately interviewing someone named Anthony Stark. So tell me about this new power source you've created.
It said it goes in your chest.
Do we all have to wear it in our chest? Or can we just set it up on the mantle like a lamp?
By the way, chairman of the board, 13% on Rotten Tomatoes. 31% users like this movie. So you're going to have a hard stretch. Very, to sell a hard case, probably more so than Shaq is a narc with Ringer than chairman of the board is a good, bad movie. But good luck. Watch it. Refresh your memory. Get yourself teed up.
Don't you worry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking recap the shit out of that Carrot Top film.
Yeah. Well, middle class holes, everyone. Murr, Allen, and Fox, man. How's it? God damn, it's almost fucking August already. This shit blows. I mean, August. I think winter is coming and going, right? And then I'm like, let me take a peek at. God damn, it's late January. I got another month and a half, 2 months of this dog shit. And then I look at this and God damn, it's almost August. Now, granted, the weather doesn't start like really churning until November. But September's good, October's okay. But damn, man, where the hell's it going? Time's not stopping. Slow down a little bit.
No, and the lines on my face keep getting clearer.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I don't really care for summer all that much.
Why? Because anytime you walk around for more than 25 to 30 minutes, you work up like a nice back sweat. I do too.
Yeah, that too. Like you weren't at that Oreo game the other night.
No, I was golfing and working up an ass sweat, which is why I got all this Arnold Palmer. But by the way, I wound up with a small fridge worth of beer because all my friends were like, nope, don't want any more. Like,
yeah,
damn.
Well, I wouldn't either in that condition. It's fucking god awful. Yeah, no, this heat is insanity right now.
Yeah, nothing like working outside 6 days in a row in 100+ degree weather.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw because they do leading up to Orioles games on 105.7. They give you you have an hour to fill, not necessarily the entire hour because there's commercials, but they give you the pitchers and like how they've done leading up to the game and how they've done against the franchises that they're pitching against, how they've done against batters they've done against. But then it gets down to the nitty gritty and they give you the what the weather's like. And Christ, one of the days last week was 97 degrees with 71% humidity.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it was 107 on the heat index, and there was no cloud cover.
Oh my God. How far do you walk? Roughly?
On this particular week, I was doing 9 miles a day, and mostly asphalt. And then, I drive a sweat box, a very just aluminum box that's roughly 20 degrees hotter than it is outside. So if it's 107, it's 127 where I'm sitting. So yeah, those seats. That's why I think I survived the COVID season, is because those seats are made of bacterial infections and communicable diseases that have not been studied in a laboratory by Anthony Fauci. No need to tinker with them.
Does now when you're preparing to hit the road and get out, does the team give you any prep talk? Like, hey, make sure you hydrate. If you're feeling a little woozy, get in some shade. Get a drink of water, regroup. Get yourself ready to roll. Is there anything like that going on?
Well, we get messages from corporate and on our little devices, and my favorite one, especially this time of year, is remember to dress in layers. You can always cool off by taking off an extra layer.
What? Dress in fucking layers.
That's crazy talk.
You're lucky you're getting one layer, motherfucker.
It's just recycled from late November. They just send it. I think they have them on like a rotation, but they in November somebody got really ambitious, like, I'm gonna put all these messages in their little scanners, and then they just made 5 and then just hit repeat and they just go out. Thank you for your service to the American public. Remember to dress in layers. So long, dental plan. It just goes on and on and on.
But there was a couple, like last night we walked, like I went to the Orioles game last night with Sarah, and we got to my house to the stadium is about 10 minutes ish walk. And we got to the ticket booth, and I told Sarah, I was like, I'm not going to ask you to pull the bottom of my shirt out and put your hand on my back. Just, if you were to squeegee it right now, it would be absolutely disgusting. And I did. I stuck my hand up there and kind of wiped the backside of my hand on it and showed her my knuckles and the flat of my hand. And it was just covered in sweat. Absolutely filthy, disgusting.
Yeah.
So that's why you don't like the weather or the summer, Alan?
Yeah, just a little.
The good news about heat stroke is, though, you actually stop sweating. So you're dry as a bone.
Yeah, it's good to know. Yeah. When you feel like you're feeling kind of cool, it's your brain shutting down. So
exactly.
Got that
sweet release of death.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
You're going into massive organ failure.
Yeah. Do you know I used to play soccer, but against a guy who didn't have sweat glands? Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So does he have to stop? Does he pant like a dog?
No, he would. No, he when he would sub out, he would. Well, I only played against him in indoor, but he would go out one of the side doors and just dump water on his face and shoulders and back.
Interesting.
Yeah, he was pretty good too.
I guess it makes sense because that's all sweat does, really.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's sweat. Here's another little fun fact for you. Sweat is
I
same.
Think he couldn't sweat. I wouldn't he doesn't have sweat glands.
Yeah, but why? What? Boy, were his pores shut? I mean, it makes more sense if he doesn't have sweat glands, like where they're inoperable or something.
That's it. Yeah, I think it's like a volcano that was inoperable. Doesn't erupt anymore. Mount St. Helens style, you know.
Well, sweat is the same as pee. So when you're sweating, if you taste your sweat, I'd be just like getting a little lapping up some of your own piss.
Yeah, basically.
Anhidrosis is a condition where you can't sweat or perspire. Normally in one or more areas of the body. I guess this person just had a pretty crazy case of it.
Yeah, I know, but how does it really affect you? Because I thought you just sweat so that you could get some moisture on your body, so that the wind could wick away some of that extra temperature. So essentially, you just feel hotter than everybody else.
Well, I mean, if you don't control it or monitor it or do what my man did and pour water over, you could die.
Yeah, but isn't that everybody?
It's more of a case though. If you can't sweat, your chances of doing something like that, he said his doctor encouraged him not to play soccer. He said, but if you do this, don't. Yeah,
he's probably got to monitor his body temperature at all times.
That just seems like terrible advice from a physician. I get it. Just don't do anything strenuous. Because wouldn't that affect your ultimate health more in the long run than just
his doctor said, but if I'm recommending that you don't, but if you do, here's what you need to do: take 14 gallons of water with you everywhere you go and dump it all over your fucking self.
Dump it all over yourself.
Yeah, look like you peed your pants all day, every day, start to finish.
Yeah, that's rough. That's a rough choice.
Like I said, he was a good soccer player too, which was not that a ailment like this doesn't affect one's ability to play the beautiful game. So
no, but it does affect you. Fucking did he play in high school or college where he didn't have the luxury of walking off and dousing himself in fucking, you know what I mean?
Okay. As best I can tell, based upon my amateur eye and evaluation of skill talent, my guess was he played high school. didn't play college. That's my guess. Didn't know him well
like
enough to be like, hey, man, you know, if you played more than 80 minutes, you probably could have died. What the fuck happened to you?
I was like, yeah. I mean, I probably would have asked.
Alan, you asked the hard-hitting questions, though.
Yeah, I'll ask that, man. Hey,
right.
So how do you not die doing this?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it's that important. I just don't. I don't have any medical training at all whatsoever.
You don't think
from
weddings that
the
important?
outside looking in? I mean, I understand our body does it for a purpose. There's a reason, but it just doesn't see, because I don't sweat that much. Like if I was to play a full 90 minutes of soccer, I might have a little bit of V sweat right here on my chest,
right.
Maybe a couple pit stains, maybe a wick of moisture on the lower back. But beyond that, I don't sweat that much. So I've got fine sweat glands, apparently. I'm just not a sweater. This guy, okay, he doesn't sweat. I just don't see how that medically affects him all that much. If the sweat is only there to glisten on your skin to wick a little bit of excess heat away.
Alan, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like if you really dissected it, like if you were to pad down your calves and if you were to take off your shoes and your feet, your ass crack, your taint, your balls, there would be more than. I'm not saying you'd be doused in sweat, but you'd be like, wow, you're just looking at you're looking at sweat marks on your shirt. Okay, yeah, you don't sweat a whole lot. Me, I sweat a fucking Mickey Mouse pattern. 2 ears around my chest and one giant one around my stomach, and it connects. It looks like a silhouette of Mickey or Minnie, depending upon your preference.
Yeah, no, I mean he's right. So, I was gonna say, there's zero chance. Yeah, sure. You might have some visible shirt area, but you're sweating all over. Whether you believe it or not.
Your scalp, your hair.
Yeah. Even just a minute amount, and that's all sweat is for, is to fucking evaporate on the surface of your skin and then cool you down.
Yeah.
So if you can't do that at all, and you're running around raising your body temperature,
Man.
You have to do something.
Overrated. I just think this doctor didn't want to be sued for any reason. I don't know if this fucks you up or not, but if it does, I told you not to do it. Right? Cool. All right. Hit the copay. See you next time.
Go. You're like a lizard. Get your ass in the water. More cold blooded than anything, right?
Yeah. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Spritz yourself. I don't know. Put an Apple Watch on. Just get a little hot around the collar here.
Yeah, I just casually was like, hey, is it dangerous to play sports if you have this sweating disorder? And it was you can't cool yourself, so, you should probably watch out. That's literally what Google was like, yep, they can't sweat, so they can't cool, so, it's dangerous.
Well, what if you do winter sports? Isn't it dangerous to sweat? I know, check this out, though. When they talk about going, if you're doing any, mountain climbing, the expeditions to Everest and stuff, right? Always well, you need to move at a gentle pace, because if you start to sweat, that's when you get in danger. So maybe this guy just found the wrong sport. Maybe he's got to be doing some mountaineering and all that bullshit.
I thought if you train or do stuff in the winter, you have to hydrate more, because your body processes and metabolizes more in order to keep itself warm in the cold. Now, depending upon how cold it is, if it's a mid-Atlantic, early December, that's one thing. But if you're talking about Nordic, remember that guy whose dick froze during the cross-country skiing?
You think got a lot of crotch sweat going on. That's what happened there, and it started to freeze around his cock and balls, and it's oh, shit, man. And this guy could have been just whipping in the breeze. He could have helicoptered his way to victory.
This guy was built for cross-country skiing. That's what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying he picked the wrong seasonal sport. He should have been doing an outdoor activity in the winter, and then he would be superior to everyone, because you don't want to sweat because you'll go hypothermic. Where this guy, he's just running at a core temperature right around I don't know, body heat around 100 degrees. Perfect for those.
I don't know,
those winter skiing.
I mean, it might work, but I feel like you might just cook inside of your snowsuit and you just never notice it.
Right. Well, and the other thing too is that I just got done telling you that I think he played high school soccer. Now you're talking about him being an Olympic level Nordic cross-country skier.
Also true.
Well, I'll do my best next time I see him.
I was going to say, what's the follow-up, Wes? Did he go on to be an Olympic biathlete? You don't know. Maybe I'm onto something here. You can't shut me down with your inadequate facts.
What the hell's inadequate about it? I witnessed it. I saw him do this.
I'm just saying you didn't see him win the biathlon, so I don't know what he's doing now. Maybe he's on top of a podium somewhere in Norway. We'll never know.
Prepping for the next win.
You failed to you failed to follow up.
Prepping for the next Winter Olympics. You know what? Fuck this. We're getting out of this. All right. I'm done with this bit. I'm moving on to the news segment. All right. You all ready for this? Man steals patrol car, responds to call, quote unquote, intoxicated. Coming out of Teller County, Colorado. It's KDVR. I always love seeing the west of the Mississippi, the K, the call sign, call letter being a K. I don't know. It just freaks me out, man. I don't know why. A man was arrested after investigators said he stole a Park County Sheriff's Patrol vehicle, evaded police, and was shot by deputies early morning hours on Monday. So Jeremiah James Taylor, 33, allegedly broke into an unstaffed Park County Sheriff's Lake George substation and stole a marked 2013 Dodge Durango. So this guy, excuse me, steals a patrol car, takes off. Then he went to location on a domestic violence call just before 3:30 a.m. that was broadcasted on the Teller County Police channel. So he's hot rodding around, yee-hawing it up, fucking Dukes of Hazzard style. They just stole. I'm drawing a blank on who the deputy was in Dukes of Hazzard. Was it
Roscoe P. Coltrane?
Roscoe P. Coltrane's car. And then they get a call come in. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna be the long arm of the law. So he rolls up and then he asks, "Where's the old man going to shoot someone?" And then he realizes, like, hey, you're not a fucking cop. Then he gets in the car, speeds off, goes to the wee hours of the morning. He's finally caught, charged with aggravated motor vehicle theft, vehicular eluding, impersonating a peace officer, obstruction, resisting arrest, reckless endangerment, second-degree burglary, and reckless driving. If you're going to read this a little bit more, the plot thickens here. Then the sheriff basically makes an all call to community members and everyone else saying, like, hey, we're short-staffed. All right, we're short-staffed and we can use people. We just can't patrol all the areas. Well, no shit, because people are leaving fucking marked cars unlocked, and Jeremiah Taylor, or whatever the fuck his name is, stole
Jeremiah James Taylor, motherfucker.
Jeremiah James Taylor stole it and then rolled up trying to be a peace officer. Your thoughts on Mr. Taylor and his balls? This guy sweats, by the way. Your thoughts on the brass on this clown?
Doesn't seem like it. Seems like ice water's running through this motherfucker's veins right here, Alan.
I was going to say, it doesn't sound like he's sweating at all, quite frankly. I mean, fuck, good on him, man. This takes some balls. It takes a lot of balls.
Yeah.
Big fucking marbles. Like, whew. Yeah, man. I mean, this sounds like a good old time. I don't know. I don't even know what else to say. Good for him. I hope he has fun in jail.
Oh yeah, your boy's doing some time.
Yeah. Oh, they worked him over a little bit. Fucking bitch. Fuck you think this is Dodge Durango?
Wait, I'm confused. Did it say they shot him or something? Though?
Oh, did they shoot him?
What was the beginning there? I thought you said something.
They shot. Hold on. And shot at by deputies. He evaded police and was shot at. So he was shot. Didn't get shot, but he was shot at. Excuse me.
Jesus, they're shooting at this guy. I mean, to me, all right. Look,
hey, Roscoe's car got stolen, bro. He got to fucking.
Okay, so Jeremiah, he's drunk. Hey, we've all done some silly goofs while we were boozing it up a little bit. He checks the car. This kind of comes back to Full Metal Jacket. Remember when Private Pile gets everybody in trouble because he left his lockbox unlocked? It's like, we wouldn't have thievery in the world if assholes like you would just lock your shit up, because if everything's locked up, nobody's got any way of tinkering. So he tinkers a little bit. Hey, this police car is open. Hey, I'm drunk. I'd like to drive a police car. Here we go. Then he hears the domestic violence. Oh, I've been involved in plenty of domestic violence. I bet I could help. Empathy. He shows up on scene. If the cops hadn't freaked out on this guy, he probably would have been at the scene trying to help when they got there. No shots fired, no manhunt, no high-speed chase. The story would be over with just a guy stealing a cop car. Instead, we got old Jeremiah James Taylor rolling around Colorado, calling out the people to be deputized from the living room. Say this is on the cops, not Jeremiah.
The weird thing about this is that one, you bring up a good point that he was kind of doing some vigilante civilian justice, but I don't know. There's no timeline on this, but presumably it wasn't soon thereafter. He probably went and joyrided around in a stolen cop Dodge Durango for a little bit, and they only realized that it was stolen and that a civilian stole it when he showed up to a fucking cop call. Like, hey, What are you doing there? There was no report. There was no, hey, cop's car's gone. Don't know where the hell it is. But
yeah, like who was assigned to that car and why was he not aware that it was gone? Like, I mean, yeah, that's a big question. Somebody should be fired.
Yeah, and I think the cops maybe went a little overboard because they were embarrassed that old Jeremiah showed him up, and because once Jeremiah goes to court, I bet they hoped one of those bullets clipped a temple. So that I don't know, this guy was violent. He was a violent offender. He beat up Stevie and he stole his car. And it's like, nah, man, his keys were in and I just decided I want to drive around.
I was just drunk and an asshole, and you guys are bad at your jobs.
This is like a Run, Ronnie, Run moment, man. This is exactly like hey, man, keys were in the car. Boo! Get out of there. But and also the audacity of the Park County Sheriff Office to put out a PSA in the same fucking news story to say, hey, we need help. There's too much land mass. There's too many square miles. There's too much road. There's too much highway. We don't have enough officers. We don't have enough sheriffs to figure it out. Well, no shit, because the dipshits that you are managing are going in for seconds and thirds at Dunkin' Donuts, leaving the car running in a Dodge Durango. God, that must have been a good whip too. 2013. That have something good under the hood.
Oh, it's one of those SRT bad boys.
Yeah,
those cops don't play.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's probably got a upgraded V8 in there. It's probably got all road terrain fucking tires on it, because it's probably bumfuck nowhere Colorado, because everybody thinks of Colorado like Boulder or wherever they smoke all the weed. But no, there's all these places that are just rural as shit. I don't mind that they called everybody out. God, I live for one of those. Like if the Maryland State Police were like, boop, 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 everyone in Cecil County, please take to the roadways. We're looking for Jeremiah James Taylor. He's going to be driving around in a 2013 Dodge Durango. Oh my God, I'm calling. It's happened. I'm going to punch him into the Octorara River. That's how it's going down. God,
by the way,
I love that shit.
Reading through some of the cliff notes of this, he was doing speeds of $110 when they were chasing him around. So old Jeremiah.
What is he going to do?
What's that?
What is he going to do? Because the penalty for doing 60 is going to be the same for doing 110.
Well, I was speaking more.
Running,
I was speaking more towards the performance of the vehicle. That's all. Not necessarily his decision to speed after he stole a car.
Yeah, I think at that point the decisions you make are pretty much
it's irrelevant.
Yeah, unless you start running over people or something, you've pretty much reached the max.
Yeah, I mean we have a fraternity brother who stole no, I was going to say he stole a cop car. He didn't steal a car. He ran a stolen car into a cop car.
Nice.
You didn't know? You don't know this?
No, I don't. Like you whenever you tell your stories are based on another story that's already occurring in the room. You're like, oh, well, we had this fraternity. We've never had, thankfully, in our close-knit East County circle of friends, anyone steal a vehicle and ram it into a police cruiser.
Yeah, weirdly enough, we had been boozing all night. Now, this didn't happen that often, but
I don't believe you.
This particular night was a little bit different. But yeah, we left the party. He was a little bit miffed that his date stayed and was talking to another person. And he's like, fuck it, I'm going back. I can't walk back. I'm too drunk. And then asked, he was our roommate in a 6-person duplex. And I called the people that lived on the other half of the house roommates. They more or less were. We all hung out. He said, hey, man, I left cigarettes in your car. Can I get your keys? Yep. Boom. Turns the key in the ignition. R. Kelly style, and then a cop watched him walk out. It was like, boo, and he's like, nope, fuck it, going, and did a Benny Hill all through the streets of Frostburg. They did a barrier he was going wrong way down a one-way street that was like downhill, then went uphill, and he catapulted himself through the police car barricade. Yeah. And then
I'm actually mad at you for never telling this story.
God, this happened like 2003. There could have been plenty of occasions.
I wasn't even there yet. Yeah.
Plenty of occasions for me to tell you this story. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So, is he out of jail yet?
He got sentenced to 30 days and he did 10.
For taking a car, drunk, going on the run from the law, ramming it through a police barricade. He got 30 days.
Yeah, I mean, he was a 4.0 student. That went a long way.
Oh, man, that's fucking Alabama district or fucking Allegheny County District Court. It might as well be Alabama District Court. Fucking, they don't really care. That's probably a regular occurrence. Drunk white guy steals car, runs through fucking cop cars. Cumberland,
listen,
baby.
When the good old boys caught him, that was justice. They didn't really care about time.
See, they probably fucking roughed him up.
Yeah, they bent him into fucking pretzels to get him into hand and foot cuffs.
Yeah. They were like, we're going to see if that ACL is made out of fucking rubber band. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't fuck around.
We aren't doctors, but we'd love to take a look at some more of the middle class holes.
Welcome back to the Middle Class Holes. Murr, Alan, Foxman. Hey, Alan, last week you mentioned Sebastian Maniscalco?
Manicotti? Yeah. Whatever his name is. Yeah, whatever.
Academia?
Whatever his actual last name is. Yeah.
And you had said he looks a certain way, but he's not funny.
Correct.
All right.
And there was like a genre, like John Mulaney was in there.
He was saying he was a handsome man, so he doesn't. It already works against him, and then the things he says aren't funny enough. But if he was uglier, they might be funnier.
Correct. Yes.
Co-worker of mine / now recent regular listener got into it on a vacation and listened to a bunch of them. Made a point. He was like, "Yo, your fucking co-host is wrong. That motherfucker's funny. Tell him I said that."
Yeah, I could tell you right now that whoever that is lame as shit. And I know you work with that person, and now they're going to bring this to you. But like, person who works with Wes, you have bad taste in comedians.
Hold on, I'm going to defend him slightly because I'm going to agree with. Well, I think if Sebastian has an hour-long special, you're going to get 25 minutes of solid material. The problem is the other 35 minutes is
the problem is forgettable. Somebody gave him an hour.
Okay.
Yes, and if they had given him 30 minutes, he could pepper you. Ba-boom, ba-boom. He could Ali you for 30 minutes. But otherwise, he's gonna fucking I don't know, man. He's got some really strong bits. One of my favorite bits by that guy, which I could almost recite, is like the difference between somebody ringing your doorbell in like the 1960s and somebody ringing your doorbell in like the 90s to now. It's like the 1960s. Oh, would you like to come in? We've got Intamins. We got an Intamins cake sitting on. And then today, it's everybody hits the floor like, did you call somebody? Are you expecting someone to? It's a great bit. It's hilarious.
That sounds like
fucking hilarious.
But he even accidentally slid into like telling the joke like he's fucking like he's Paulie at the fucking deli shop in Sopranos. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's I think another big part of him is like I don't want to listen to fucking Gabagool all fucking night, and that's all I get for like the whole inflection is just super Jersey Italian, and I'm like, bleh.
I'll say
if the doorbell got rang, you could go through Shaq's hack ringer. You know what do you need to hit the deck?
like I said, I think I slowly backtracked on like Mulaney because like Mulaney is pretty funny, but like I think he'd be funnier if he's ugly. If he was uglier and he presented an uglier facade, but he does kind of like a highbrow humor. So it kind of works for him. The Sebastian Maniscalco, nothing. I get no redeeming qualities. whatsoever. That's just me.
I don't find John. John Mulaney, I personally don't find funny. However, I see that he is funny. I can see Sebastian is funny, and I do find him funny half the time, but the other half of the time,
I think he's got a joke in there. Like, I think Mulaney's a great writer, and he should just write.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't need to be standing up in fucking nice suits because it just bugs me.
I don't know. There's a few of those specials, especially the one from like 5 or 6 years ago where he was in Chicago, which is kind of, I don't think he's a Chicago boy. I think he's a suburb, but you know, they lay claim to Chicago. That's absolutely hilarious, in my humble opinion. Now, I haven't listened to Men of Scotty, and you fucked up the last name, and that's how I'm going to remember it. Now my coworker's going to kick me in the dick. But I don't know. I'll have to give it a
look. Just lean on the fact that his taste in comedians is mediocre at best.
But here's the thing, though. You say that, but that guy can go to Madison Square Garden and sell it out 2 shows a day for 3 days and sell the whole thing out all 3 days. Yeah. So somebody's finding it funny. You know what I mean? Like, so we could be wrong.
Let's push pause on that statement for a second, because in the 1940s, when Maniscalco's fucking comedy was relevant, fucking selling out Madison Square Garden was a big fucking deal because it held like 20,000 people. Now it's 2022 and it holds like 20,000 people. So, I mean, selling out this garden and all, that's cool, but it's like selling out Merriweather.
I know, but I couldn't do it.
No, we could not. I understand. But like, if you're like, look, fucking Dane Cook sold out like the Cowboy Stadium, and that guy was fucking terrible. You know what I mean? So like,
he was assigned to the Times, though, man. That guy was like,
I saw Dane Cook at the Philadelphia Spectrum before they tore it down.
Yeah, see, probably bigger than than Madison Square Garden. Like, Madison Square Garden gets a lot of hype because of what it is and its history, but it's basically just a shoebox at this point. So I mean, selling it out, cool, I guess, but if you don't sell out fucking Madison Square Garden to a bunch of fucking gabagool eating fat fucks from New York, then you're fucking up. It's his brand. He's supposed to sell it out.
But see, I would say Sebastian is like what pop music is to radio, as he is to comedy. Like, he's a pop comedian. Like, he's popular. He's going to reach the masses. So for like me, like I'm still kicking myself that I had one chance to go see Norm Macdonald, not knowing he was going to die in the next 2 years from this date, and it was right before COVID, and I couldn't get off work to go see him. But there's people that will say, I don't get it. Like with Norm, like I don't get Norm Macdonald. I don't think it's that funny. Whereas I'm like, possibly one of the greatest comedians that ever lived, and somebody else is going to say, he's trash. I don't get his jokes. It's just dumb. Like, that's because you are not funny and don't understand comedy. Mm-hmm. So comedy, we're in the minority.
Wildly subjective. Yeah, I mean, look, the guy's famous. He gets TV shows and Netflix shows and shit. So, I mean, good for him. He just is not fucking funny.
I actually have a good story about that time I saw Dane Cook. Went and got a couple beers and dinner with my buddy.
Was it not watching Dane Cook?
It wasn't watching Dane Cook at all.
Okay, cool.
Actually, had nothing to do with his bits or his jokes or anything like that. We get into, and mind you, I had only been to the Spectrum twice before that. I saw a 76ers game as a child, and I think I went to the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus there. Probably, definitely as a child as well. This time I'm like 24 or something like that. And we get in there and it's like, bloop. And I don't mean like the atmosphere of the crowd. I mean like my stomach. Like, oh my God. And get myself to a bathroom. And I don't know. There's some people who have no shame. I don't like pooping in bathrooms like that. They were relatively clean. But get in there and apparently the women's room was way too backed up. So women just decided, fuck it, I'm going into the men's room. And I was in the stall where the thing didn't latch all the way. And I heard like, boys, look out, you shouldn't be in the stalls anyway. We're coming in. And it's 4 of them. And I think it's like 5 or 6 stalls to this bathroom. I was like, oh my God. If they come in here, They'll never let me live. These strangers that I'll never see again will never let me live this down. And it's like,
I don't know, man. That seems like a prime opportunity to just fucking turn around.
Yeah.
Let him open the door and see what happens.
Give him the, what's it from Waiting where you tuck the dick and the balls through the legs? What is that? That's the...
I forget what they called it.
I think that's trans appropriation these days, buddy.
Yeah. God.
Yeah.
Oh, they gave my bathroom latch a try. I held it shut. I was like, nope, not coming in here. And they're like, what are you doing in there? And
I will shit on your faces.
God, you don't want to see this fucking... You don't want to see this cheesesteak I just ate from downtown, girl. Get the fuck out of here.
Coming out like Cheese Whiz.
I've been in Philly all day. Fuck you. All right. Hey, man, we did a bit earlier on the show about James Jeffrey something or other who stole a patrol car.
Jeremiah James Taylor
out of Colorado. We're moving on to the great state of Missouri. We did a bit last week about a man who gave a woman an STD in a car and his insurance company shelled out $5 million. This has to do with Bass Pro Shop, and this here, folks, is friend or foe.
That's right. And I've already sent this particular friend or foe to our legal counsel to go ahead and dissect. And I quote, I haven't gotten a news story that's piqued my interest in quite some time. So here it is.
Hold on.
Missouri man.
Adam said that?
Yeah, because this is a very... this is the thing. I always feel like the more boring the legal aspect of the story is, the more exciting it is for him, because that means there's a lot of nuance inside of it.
Okay. I mean, but that is exciting, but that also says that anything that we've given him in the recent past is shit. He hasn't been interested in anything we've sent him other than this.
I think from his perspective, from a legal standpoint, like most of the stuff we send him is pretty cut and dry. Mm-hmm. For this one, there's a lot more ambiguity, and he's not sure which way the chips are going to fall on this. And so a Missouri man has filed a class action lawsuit against Bass Pro Shops, claiming they refused to honor a lifetime warranty on socks that he purchased. Hold on to yours. It gets more exciting. The lawsuit filed this month by Springfield resident Kent Slaughter, which sounds like somebody Rowdy Roddy Piper would have played in a John Carpenter movie back in 1985. Claims that Bass Pro Shops has uniformly misrepresented to customers that its apparel product, Redhead Lifetime Guarantee all-purpose wool socks, is sold with a lifetime guarantee. According to the suit, Slaughter purchased socks from Bass Pro in hopes of a lifetime warranty, and that the warranty was a major factor in his decision to purchase said socks. The lawsuit states that at one time, Bass Pro would replace the socks with a free replacement each time the socks would wear out. But now, Bass Pro replaces the socks with a new, different pair of socks that only comes with a limited 60-day warranty. The suit states that Bass Pro has now added a stripe design to the 60-day sock so that employees know that no warranty will be honored for those socks beyond the limited warranty period. According to the lawsuit, between 2014 and 2021, Slaughter purchased a total of 12 socks from Bass Pro Superstores in Springfield. It says Slaughter returned multiple pairs of socks starting in 2015 and got a no-charge exchange under the lifetime warranty. But according to Slaughter, things changed in 2021 when he attempted to return the pair of socks. The suit says that he was told by a store clerk not to assist in the exchange. Eventually, he was given a distinctive marked pair of socks. The lawsuit alleges that Bass Pro designs, manufactures, markets, advertises, and sells the product with the following statement: "The last sock you'll ever need to buy." That was very long, but I wanted to make sure we dotted all of our I's and crossed all of our T's here. So, friend or foe, should a store be forced to honor a guarantee in all situations? Friend, you didn't double check the bottom line. Therefore, if you made the guarantee, you honor the guarantee. Or foe, people should be reasonable when they purchase these products that say they're guaranteed. If what a sock will say is supposed to do reasonably, should you reasonably expect to have that sock replaced in its entirety? Alan, I shall start with you.
I already can't remember which one's which, but fucking, I'm gonna go with fuck fuck big corporate America. They should just give the man a pair. Give the man a pair of socks. It's just a single pair of socks. I mean, maybe he does it like over and over again, but like it's just a pair of socks, man. Like, give the man some socks.
I agree with you, and I'll say this: he bought 12 pairs, which means he expected to return a pair of socks every month, as he wanted a new pair of socks. 12 months in the year. So I feel as though he was definitely working this guarantee to its fullest extent.
Yeah.
Massage.
To say, Mr. Kent Slaughter's got some fucking Fred Flintstone feet. That's one thing. If he's going through these, Redhead Lifetime Guarantee all-purpose wool socks months at a time, which, what's the slogan? The last pair of socks you'll ever own? Not apparently to Mr. Slaughter, as he's fucking, what is this guy? Mulch with these things on with razor blades in them or something like that. The weird thing about this is, I know multiple people who have bought certain items with lifetime guarantees, mainly jackets. You'll get like leather jackets or outdoor jackets, and the companies that they buy these from are extremely customer service friendly and will return them. Like, hey, get us your address. We'll get you a pre-packaged box, pre-labeled. Put your old one in here. We'll get you a new one. The exact same thing or as close as we can. Which is, Christ, at customer service level and expectation. That's amazing. I think Mr. Slaughter juiced this thing as much as he possibly could, especially at a Bass Pro Shop. Do you think someone at corporate's not going to catch up with this? But God, this guy's just been returning socks for, every 2 months for the last 12 years. At some point, Bass Pro Shop's going to wise up and just say, fuck you. Kiss our ass. Take us to court there, Mr. Slaughter.
That's why I, when we eventually get back to our asking for a friend, I do want to ask if they are technically honoring the warranty, because though they're not giving him a 1-for-1 exchange for the, lifetime guarantee sock, they are replacing the sock with a lesser sock, but they're saying, hey, we're giving you a brand new sock. These wore out. We do apologize. Here's another pair of socks. However, they do say that this is the last pair of socks you'll ever buy.
Well, he probably uses them as nut rags, if you ask me. He's probably fucking coming all up in those things. Now, why does he go to Bass Pro Shop though? If okay, hold on. What the manufacturer of this is not Bass Pro Shop, right? It's Redhead.
I'm guessing that Bass Pro Shop is the only distributor of this sock. Like if you make a product and you sign a deal with a specific company and they're the only distributor, then the distributor has to honor the guarantee that's made. So when the distributor takes on the product, they're taking on the guarantee attached to the product.
Right. It's kind of like when Tommy Boy sells the brake pad to that company. It says, if you want a guaranteed piece of shit, I'll take a dump in a box and mark it guaranteed. I got spare time. I think what I was going to get at was like, why doesn't he just go to the distributor then? Why doesn't he just buy it from them if it's a lifetime guarantee and they'll honor it? A lot of those companies do.
Yeah, I think that's the point. Is that maybe Bass Pro Shop owns? Who knows? I can't answer your question.
Bass Pro Shop owns their ass. That's it.
Yes. Sort of like Shaq and the Ring doorbell. It's almost like one and the same.
Okay.
Your Ring doorbell shut down. Just call me up. I'll bring you a new one. But okay. So I guess, Wes, friend or foe, should the company always honor the guarantee, or should people be reasonable about the guarantees that they're purchasing? I'm torn on this because, man, that's a hell of a slogan you make. These are guaranteed for life, last pair of socks you'll ever buy.
Yeah. And
then if they're not, but then again, like you said, what if he's using them to wax his car? What if he's using them for other things besides socks? Should they be, and does a company really have time to be like, so on the 4th of December, we saw that you were outside and you were shoveling. Hands got cold. You decided to put our socks on your hands and use them as warmers. Did you not, Mr. Kent?
We saw it through the Shaq lens that you have in your front door. I mean, change the slogan then. Change the slogan. I mean, I'm friend. I'm with Mr. Slaughter here. Lifetime guarantee. Okay,
Yeah.
This isn't some like made up bullshit about like, hey, best crab cakes in the entire Mid Atlantic, and you taste them like I don't know. I've had better. If you're gonna market guaranteed, then market guaranteed for 90 days. I get it. That shit doesn't sell, but I don't offer a rebate or a replacement. This guy found a loophole in the system. Bass Pro Shop found the loophole and they closed the hole. I don't discredit Bass Pro Shop on this. They're big business. They're doing what they need to do. And Ken Slaughter's probably the least of their fucking worries, but whatever.
Right now he's a pretty big worry. I mean, this is a class action lawsuit. Like, how many other Ken Slaughters are there? It's like that this law firm was like, wait, I'm waiting for that commercial to come on. Like you've got like the vaginal mesh. Did you have a vaginal mesh implant between the years 1995 and 2005? You might be awarded $40 in a class action lawsuit. Did they call like everybody at the bat? Did you buy redhead stepchild wool socks from Bass Pro Shop? You might be entitled to $1 and a pair of socks.
Gotta love this.
I wonder.
Call us up, make it a check for 48 cents. It's fucking terrible.
I see I see. I got some contact information in Yellow Book. Do you want to get Mr. Slaughter on the show?
Fucking
Oh
call him
my
up right
God!
now.
If we can, oh my God, yeah, we could have him on with our legal counsel. That would be amazing. A four-way Zoom, five-way Zoom.
I don't think this guy knows how to use Zoom. All right, I think you're going to get a phone call with a face.
I don't know. He knows how to use the legal system to get free socks. I wouldn't undersell this guy.
Yeah, he's clearly a criminal mastermind.
Do you guys remember probably 25, probably more like 30 years ago, where 7-Eleven was offering a free gas for life promotion?
I don't remember that one. I remember the Harrier Jet, and I remember some of the Marlboro Miles debacles, but no, I don't remember this one.
Yeah, 7-Eleven was all like free gasoline for life, and I remember my parents being like, "Oh my God, that'd be wow." Can you imagine that? And I remember my dad telling you, like, I bet you in 10 years they don't honor it. I bet you there's stipulations to this, how much you can get a week, how much you can get a month, how much you can get a year. And that's fine. Any free gas is free gas, but man, free gas for life. Fuck me. I would suck a 64-ounce Slurpee into my asshole. Okay.
For free gas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You lingered on suck for quite a while there.
I would suck. I would suck Ken Slaughter's fucking toes through a red herring sock or whatever the fuck it's called.
I mean, $5 a gallon. I mean, hey man, business is business, right?
Times are tough, bro.
Yeah.
So, Mur, where do you stand, friend or foe?
Man, I gotta go.
Is this are you friend with a little bit of foey aftertaste? Is that kind of where you're sitting now?
Yeah, you know what? Let me go. So friend was so friend was honor the guarantee. Foe was customer should be reasonable.
Did you did you get that between your notes of Shaq's and Nark? Is that where you're like Shaq's and Nark, friend or foe? All right.
It's written in chicken scratch pencil. Okay. I think with the amount of hubris that they put in the bottom line of the guarantee, that they have to guarantee them. However, I don't like the Kent Slaughters of the world who, they're like the couponers, man. They're like the guys who dumpster dive for the weekly flyer. And then they suck up an entire register with 45 fucking shopping carts, and they cleared off an entire aisle of Cinnamon Toast Crunch because if they found the loophole where if you buy 75 boxes, they're all free. Like they're they ruin it for reasonable people. Like now when I try to reasonably return something, I'm going to have to go through some strange paperwork process, and they're going to have to file away my social security number and I hate the Kent Slaughters, but I also hate when a company like really embellishes on what they're giving you. So if you guarantee it, God damn it, words got to mean something. A guarantee's got to be a guarantee.
There's a whole professional marketing team, a fucking legal team that like there's a fucking graphic design that made packaging for it, and they all of those fucking safeguards were like, yep, check this this impossible guarantee that we just slapped on this pair of socks, and nobody said anything. And now fucking Johnny Bass Pro is fucking very upset at the board meeting because fucking Slaughter's getting over on socks like once a month over in the fucking Duluth, Minnesota branch, and he's very upset about it.
Duluth, Minnesota.
Like you can't, like, man. I think it all circles back to you said it on your packaging. Fuck you. Give me socks.
Yeah, because I mean, you could start a great grift off of this, man. You get on Craigslist, you're like, you got worn out socks. You call Ken Slaughter. I'll get you a free pair. Like, he's just got like a garage full of these things. Them out, takes the old, gets the new ones, sells them for like half price. I mean, that's a great racket, man. That's actually, no, it's a terrible racket. It's a racket. We'll say that. Baseline. It is a grift that I don't know, man.
It's a bad hobby.
I have a feeling Kent Slaughter, this ain't a hobby for him.
Oh, this is very serious. This is life.
Yeah, oh yeah. Ken Slaughter
real.
Deep dives into lifetime guarantees of all types of things. It fucks it all up. You know that. Every fucking shovel, every jacket, every fucking toothpaste. And it doesn't have to be lifetime guarantee, like no cavities, zero cholesterol. Condom will never break, ever.
Yeah. It's a risky game. Like like I said, lots of layers of professionals that should have been like, that sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah.
What are these made out of? Fucking
Teflon.
What are these made out of? Wool? Yeah, no, we're not going to be able to. We're not going to be able to go ahead and say this is the last pair of socks you're going to own. It's not going to fly.
Yeah, and it's like, let's say, okay, if Gore made them, all right, then I might get it. But what was this?
Yeah.
Like redhead extravagant?
What kind of socks was it?
Well, I don't
They're
get this.
wool.
It
Okay,
says, quote,
bottom
redhead lifetime guarantee all-purpose wool socks. Is that a sock made by Redhead or something like that? Well, here we go. We got the
no, it's
wonderful-
probably got a. It's
Yes,
probably got the
Redhead apparel at Bass
So-
Pro Shops.
Oh, okay. Yeah. These things, look at this. This looks like Hanes extravaganza. This doesn't...
All right,
Like, I don't know. I wear, like, generally speaking, like, athletic socks. So, like, never once have I been like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pick me up a set of these bad boys right here. Like, maybe I'm the wrong demographic, too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't hunt or fish or fucking any of that goofy shit. So, maybe I'm not the redhead sock demographic, but...
It is Redhead, yeah. It's produced by Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah, see?
Look, it even says it right there. The last pair of socks you will ever buy.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, like, it's wool. Sheep live in a much harsher climate than my feet will ever be involved in. So, yes, technically they should last under reasonable conditions. Unless, you know what? If I have Bass Pro Shops, I would drag him in the court and be like, present your feet. How often do you cut your toenails? Just give him do you have any fungus? Like, really just fucking lace into him and just make a spectacle of it.
Yeah.
Fucking just really, and make sure everybody knows about Kent Slaughter.
Get his wife on the stand and ask her about his feet. Tell us about your husband's foot cleaning.
You're really stretching that Kent Slaughter's got a significant other.
No.
Okay, his boyfriend then.
No, the significant other has time for this.
Okay, his ex-wife.
Maybe she's the ex because of this.
I couldn't stand it. He scammed all the time. His feet suck, by the way.
Yeah, he never washed his feet ever.
God, hang nails every day on all 10 toes, both sides.
He's like, no wonder he was returning them. His fucking big toes just slicing these things up like a hot knife through butter.
Yeah. I remember I got on him once, reverse cowgirl, and fell and sliced my chin.
Look, I got stitches. There's a scar. What, you think these redhead socks stood a chance?
You think Might as well put his feet in fucking Kevlar.
She comes in as a character witness.
Yeah.
Bass Pro Shop, we got your ex-wife here.
If the sock don't fit.
It sounds like another episode of Flight Court.
You can't tell that joke when I'm sipping a beer, dude. You gotta wait till I almost spit that over everything. Fuck that. Fun Fact Friday. Here we go.
That's right, classholes of all financial statuses. It is time to get your minds filled with 5 fun facts, brought to you, of course, by the Shin Splints Recovery Group. If you've got any pain below the knee and above the ankle and you're an idiot and you want to get yourself some information off of Facebook, find yourself the Shin Splints Recovery Group, the ever-growing, non-medically sound group on Facebook. I saw a Syrian refugee asking about his shin splints. Well, stop running from corrupt governments. Just suck it up and know your place.
Hydrate up.
That's right. OMG facts. Did you know it would take 7 billion particles of fog to fill a teaspoon?
I mean, particles are small, so that makes sense.
It's very scientific of US. The particles are small.
The best I could do.
Next. Anyway, moving on.
I know. I don't really have any follow-up on that.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
that's capped it off pretty well there.
but I do feel like a particle of something I can see, it just seems like, I mean, a teaspoon, it's like,
Yeah.
that.
Next time you're driving through the fog, think about that. Be like, damn, there's a lot of particles here.
You're like, this isn't even a teaspoon.
In about a mile, we'll get to a tablespoon. Ooh.
They got him.
You gotta make another appointment to Kermit. Gotta see what he's up to.
Oh, shitter. Oh, man. That's a couple billion particles right there. It's like a quarter teaspoon. Okay. Did you know a Jeep was once called a GP or GP, spelled JEEPEE, meaning general purpose vehicle? So we just bastardized the 2 letters and now it's called a Jeep.
I did not know that.
Oh, that hell of a. I mean, I'm glad they veered off that bullshit marketing plan.
Were they pieces of shit then too? Or is it just now?
Oh, how dare you? Because as the owner of a Jeep Wrangler, no, it's just, dude, they used to, back in World War II, they used to actually just they would come disassembled so they could fit in a crate.
Yeah.
And they would just drop them. And they're like, what do we need these for? It's general purpose. And they called them GPs. And then they're saying GP over it again. It's just called them Jeeps. So, yeah, no, I always wanted an original Jeep, but I found somebody while I was working, somebody actually has a World War II Jeep, and I got in it and I'm like,
it's terrible. It's awful.
I mean, this is several vertebrae that will, be fused together after hitting a couple of speed bumps. But I mean, they do what they do. I mean, you can drive them through anything.
Yeah. They very much have a purpose. It's general.
It's not to save gas either.
No. It's just
it's not.
Now it's just to make people look like douchebags and give little rubber duckies to each other. Fucking weirdos.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
I got pissed.
That's the whole thing.
I got pissed at the wave, man. That fucking got old. First, I was like, I'm driving down the road and I'm seeing everybody waving. I'm like, fuck. If I don't wave, I'm the asshole. So then like, oh.
Yeah, you're not in the cult.
Yeah. And then what's this rubber duck thing you got to do now?
Oh, I don't know. So if you see Jeeps in the wild, you I don't know, you have a rubber duck and then you go sit it on their bumper or something. I don't know. You people are fucking weird. I was hoping you could tell me. Fucking
no, that sounds like a 4-door Jeep owner, not a 2-door. Okay, which I am. I'm a 2-door Jeep owner. All right. I didn't get this I didn't buy it because it's an SUV. I bought it because it can go through fucking 4 feet of snow and not fucking miss a beat. That's why I bought mine.
But can it?
Yeah.
Like your very commercially made fucking basic Jeep Wrangler do that.
Well, mine is a 2008 Jeep Wrangler. It's when they went to the straight. That's when they went to the straight six V6 engine. And when I was down in slower, lower Delaware, we actually did get 4 feet of snow down there. And like, I don't remember what year it was, but I'm like, fuck, man. I'm working at a radio station. We got a note that says I'm allowed to be on the road. I'm emergency personnel. Like, fuck, I am going telling my dick jokes on a fucking radio station. And yeah, I had to drive there, made it through 4 feet of fucking snow, 4-wheel drive. Took me an hour and a half to make a 20-minute drive.
You still own it?
Yeah, it's out in the driveway because it does only get I think the best it gets is about 18 miles a gallon.
Uh-huh.
And in this $4 to $5 gas range, I will be driving my 30-mile to the gallon Honda Civic.
Did you know?
Keep it handy for when young William gets around to driving. You know, that'd be a great first car.
No, it would be, but the car I just bought Maria this last year, I was like, oh shit! By the time he's ready to drive, that'll be 10 years old and safer and not a stick shift, which will be absolutely obsolete by the time he gets there.
Yeah, good point. Oh, well. Jeep. This was GP. That's what you call it.
There you go. You got a fun fact about Jeeps, Alan? I see your eyes scrolling back.
Yeah, so apparently there's a hierarchy to the wave. Like,
oh god.
Apparently, like lesser, let's call them Jeep peasants, are supposed to initiate the wave, based upon like the make of your fucking Jeep, the color of, or I guess the model of your Jeep, the color and its appearance, and it's like, I guess I don't know what the scale is, but like it's your Jeep's appearance fitting what Jeeps are made for, which is like going off-roading and doing Jeep stuff. Like, does that make sense? So like, if you have like a basic fucking Jeep with no fucking lift kits and no fucking spare tire covers that fucking have "Let's Go Brandon" flags, then you've got to initiate the wave because you are a peon and that person is an alpha. Yeah, is an alpha Jeep owner. Yes. So you peasant need to be like, I am subservient to you, big Jeep.
Here's what you get from me. Okay. I'm driving down the road. I see another Jeep coming. You get this from me. 2 fingers above the steering wheel as I drive. That's all you get. Boom. Peace out. Welcome. That way I just, these fucking Jeep people. Okay.
Well, apparently that's it. Like the 2 finger up on the steering wheel wave is like it. It's like the thing.
I think you should start giving them the shocker.
Wave.
2 in the pink, 1 in the
and then the ducks, they're like little rubber duckies. Like, you see them variations all over the place.
Damn it. This is what happens when fucking housewives get fucking Jeeps from
their
their fucking construction worker fucking husbands.
Exactly right.
They start creating twatty fucking, I like to be on the wave.
This is what happens when you fucking make a Jeep in fucking Pepto-Bismol pink and you let a woman put Salt Life stickers all over it. And this is what you fucking get. Like, you get rubber duckies. So apparently you leave little rubber duckies on other Jeep people's like bumpers, like somewhere where they'll see it. Their wheel well, I guess. Fucking, and with like a little note being like, you got ducked. Ha ha ha. Pass it along. And this is why I hate Jeep people.
Yeah, and that's a fair critique and criticism.
Yeah.
Did you know?
Jeep.
Did you know there are over 60,000 acres of shopping malls in the U.S.?
Man, an acre's big, so I mean that makes sense.
No, but I can tell you that I keep, like, in my professional life, I keep running into like empty ones, and they're like, "Well, we gotta turn them into," or like empty schools and shit like that. They're like, "Well, don't know what to do with these things. Let's make them fucking like." I think most of them are turning it. Well, no, most of them are turning into like, strangely enough, like sporting complex. Like, they're gonna like turn. They're gonna turn like they're gonna turn every KB Toys into like a fucking like a full court basketball court, and it's just gonna be like, you know what I mean? Like those indoor kind of like sport facilities where they make multiple fields and courts and shit.
Yeah. Well, hasn't the whole fucking criticism of youth that so many people have fucking diabetes because kids aren't active anymore.
Yeah.
Fine. All right. You don't want to go out into the woods and kick rocks and kill things and fucking burn stuff and blow things up and I don't know, dick around in your socks that don't have lifetime guarantees. Then we're gonna stuff you inside these arenas.
Yeah, we're gonna take you to where I used to buy cheap Auntie Anne's pretzels and fucking maybe get into some mischief with a girl in a movie theater. Let's go.
Like a Wes,
from a town 30 miles away.
Yeah,
you'll never see her again.
What school you go to, baby? Oh, I'll never come to you. Bye. Yeah. I'm 12. I can't drive.
What's your AOIM name?
I'll see you at the food court.
ASL, baby.
What were we gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, okay, when the outlet mall, Wes is aware of the Perryville outlet mall, and soon everyone will be aware of Perryville, Maryland, because of our fine casino and upcoming water park.
The Great Wolf Lodge.
I always wondered why didn't they turn the outlet mall into like I don't know, I don't want to say like a nightclub, but like imagine every store was like a different type of like bar or restaurant, and then you were able to like mingle, open air, open carry. Like that parking lot was huge.
Yeah,
you could fill that place with degenerates just fucking walking around grabbing orange crushes at every third store.
You're talking like a party block scenario, but on steroids.
Yeah. Yes.
Got it.
And that thing was built perfect for it. It was like a quarter mile long from front to back, and it was just all stores. And if you turned all those stores into some kind of like either bar or restaurant or every other one, god damn, that would have been a fucking time.
Yeah,
people would have actually gone.
That would have been a great time. And but what do you want me to say, man? First of all, do you know what the fucking population of Perryville was then and or now or close to it?
I don't know, like 5,000.
Oh, God, you're being generous. It's like 3,200.
Yeah.
All right. Second of all, okay, so yes, there is a surrounding area. You're gonna have to get a populace. A thing like that, something that's 3 football fields long. You're gonna have to get every young person within a tri-state area, and then what? Like the Maryland State Police are gonna be like, yeah, hey, you got to drive here and you got to drive home. Make sure you bring a sober driver. Yuck, yuck. Come on. I get it. You got a hard on. You thought about it. You thought it would have been great. And I don't know, maybe if fucking Bezos had backed it, your boy Bezos.
Oh, if it was
the
like
guy who owned Tesla could have backed this.
If it was Musk themed, it would have been fucking over.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, I know. Listen, I applaud your ideology and fairy tale idea of what could have been, but no.
He said, God damn, he really shut you down there.
I worked there. They found a fucking body from New Jersey. Some wise guys killed some people in New Jersey. And like, we got to get rid of this. We need to drive it to Maryland to a fucking mall. And they dumped it in a Jeffrey Bean fucking dumpster.
I was gonna say, where they'll never find it? The Perryville outlet. No one goes there.
I was like, did you work at a Jeffrey Bean?
I worked at a Jeffrey Bean and an Izod.
Jesus.
What do you mean, Jesus?
Fucking, that's sweet. You probably had the dopest fucking old man wardrobe.
Dude, this is late 90s, my friend. Okay. This was like, that was top of, like, man, if you worked at Bass and you were walking around in some fucking cheap leather shoes, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were like, they would bring Asian tourists there to go to the Nike outlet store where shoes were $5 cheaper than where you could find them anywhere else.
True. It's true. If you if you could get yourself, because Bass was owned by Van Heusen, which was under the Jeffrey Bean banner. If you got yourself some nice slick boots, you could get an AOL-IM name of a girl at a mall 30 miles down the road and never talk to her again. I mean, that could fucking happen.
You could make away messages about her.
Yeah.
Cryptically.
The one that got away.
Yeah. So yeah.
God, that was like first date territory too. It's like, hey, I want to pick you up. I'll take you over to Denny's and then we'll go to Walk around the outlet mall.
Get some Sparrows. We can share a slice.
To some,
We didn't have Sbarros.
no.
You only had Jersey dead bodies, not Jersey pizza. Got
It's
it.
a Dairy Queen Subway combo, and Denny's right next to it. But what Murr's talking about is taking them to that place for dinner and then going down and walking around the outlet mall. Murr undoubtedly walked them through and sabotaged the date by being like, "Look, I got this great idea about turning this into a fucking nightclub. Hear me out." Do-do-do,
Shit, I wasn't even that forward thinking back then, buddy. Did you know when an egg floats in water, it has gone bad and should not be eaten?
I did know that.
Yeah, that.
That I do. It's an omelet maker. I check them out.
So what do? You fill up a glass of water and drop the egg in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not regularly. If I bought it within the last week, I trust it. Anything after a week, I drop them. And I actually of the hundreds I've done, like probably more like tens of thousands. I've only had like one.
Really? Good. Yeah, because I'll check the expiration date on the carton, and if it's like more than a week old, I'm like, oh, I better check these fuckers, and then I'll throw them in there. And by the way, scientifically, what happens there's a small pocket of air in the bottom of every egg, and then if it's rotten, it fills up with a gas, like a rotting whatever. Like what would gas be? Either way,
Methane, probably.
Either way. Yes, and then it makes it more buoyant, and then it'll float. And so if you got a floaty egg, throw it away.
Speaking of gas, did you realize that the city of Charlotte, North Carolina, 2 times in the last week has smelled like poop?
Nope, did not know that.
Yeah, it has to do with gas leaks. So I didn't realize this. Natural gas
Smells like butt.
No, natural gas actually is odorless.
Is it?
They have to add stuff to it in order for you to be able to be like, holy shit, something's going wrong. And they've had the same gas leak twice in the city of Charlotte, right in the downtown area too. This isn't like some outskirt area where there's strip malls, acres of them, by the way. It's like right in the fucking beating heart of Charlotte, North Carolina. You smell that? It's Ric Flair going, woo!
I mean, are they evacuating?
Are they doing anything about it?
Not that I'm aware of. I think it's just like, hold tight, folks. We'll take care of this.
God, because there's just some asshole just ready to light a cigarette and kill the entire populace.
Mm-hmm. And one of the guys working on it.
Right.
Yeah. Fuck that. Turn it off.
They just flick it down to the manhole too. There it goes.
Yeah.
That'll go out somewhere.
Look, man, I'm on my Union 15. You need to fucking back the fuck up. All right.
My Union 15.
And finally, did you know a group of ravens is called an unkindness?
Is it? I think crows is a murder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. An unkindness.
Yes.
No, I did not.
I mean, that really pussifies the ravens versus the crows. Look, there's a murder of crows. There's an unkindness of ravens.
I was going to say, yeah, if I try to break that out in some sort of like weird bar trivia amongst my friends, I'm going to get fucking dick tapped. Hey, did you guys know that? No, it's not.
Might use that for bar trivia.
What's that?
Says I might use that for bar trivia.
You still hosting?
No, but I want to get back into it. I actually got asked to host a rehearsal dinner the other day, so I'll be hosting trivia at a rehearsal dinner in like a week or two.
Yeah. Now, will you be hosting the rehearsal dinner as well, or just the trivia at the rehearsal dinner?
I mean, I could master of ceremonies just about anything. So if they want me to, no, I think we're just we're like invited, and then we're gonna do a little lighthearted like wedding themed trivia.
I think you should do some sort of trivia on like divorce rates, prenups.
I have a whole there's basically a whole half of categories. It's like fucking leading causes of divorce, number the top STDs for married couples, just things of that nature. Prenups, for or against. It's not even a trivia question. It's just an opinion to make people angry. So it'll be fun.
Wow.
Dude, I'd have to really delve into my memory banks for this, but the greatest thing I ever hosted is we did a newlywed game at a bar, and I was the host. Oh, dude. Oh, I got dude, that was so, because it was almost like a fucking roast.
Yeah.
I got to just sit there and roast 3 couples, like based on their answers. Like, it was just, I mean, I had to be quick. Don't get me wrong, but I was on fucking fire. Yeah. And it was great, especially with the crowd behind you where you can do no wrong. And it's like, we're just having fun here. We're just having fun.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's the best
glorious
part. Like, you could it is literally like you can do no wrong. And you have a microphone in your hand. So what's anybody going to do? Yell over you? That's one of my favorite things to do when people start arguing with me. Like, you can't get louder than the guy with the microphone. Shut up. Stop yelling. Bye.
Yeah.
I
got a microphone.
It's like, ha, 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 idiot. Like,
and I'm wearing a suit and tie, so I'm the authority. So fuck you. Whatever I say is funny, and fuck yourself.
Yeah. I tend to just get willy-nilly with it. I'll be like, I don't know, draw me a funny picture. You get an extra point, and people will fucking go ape shit. I had like a penis with wings flying over a valley once. It was fucking insane. They got 2 points.
That's a 2 pointer right there.
Yeah. So things to think about.
If they had done the balls, it could have been 3.
But dude, I thoroughly enjoy having the microphone and like being up in front of people because it's great.
Yes, it is. And you know what's great? That is your Fun Fact Friday.
Woo!
So many facts.
Typically, before you go is a funny, lighthearted news segment. But this week, we're actually going to start this. We're going to try to create a little bit of a schedule. Before you go, the Middle Classholes is going to review a good, bad movie. If you recall, way back when we were the 410s podcast, we did a top 5 good, bad movies. And then we did a listeners submission of good bad movies, and actually Murr remembers that quite well because we were up till about midnight. He's like, does it ever fucking end? Because we did them all. But hey, so once a month we're going to review a good bad movie. My week this week is my week this week. My movie this month is we've quoted this quite a few times here on the Middle Classholes. Saving Silverman, 2001 comedy. An hour and 30 minutes long, got 19% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's outlandish.
19%, starring Steven Zahn, Jack Black, Jason Biggs, also known as what's his face from
American Pie,
Amanda Peet, and the gymnast turned Catholic girl, Amanda Detmer.
Yes.
I mean, but I was shocked at 19%. Also,
19%. Somebody should get fired. Right.
81% of Google users like the movie. Yeah. I'll give you a few of the Rotten Tomato dissection / criticisms. But go ahead and your thoughts on Saving Silverman. Murray, you were like back when movies could be movies.
Cinematic masterpiece.
Well, back when comedies could be comedies, and I've heard this criticism before, like in the last 5 to 7 years, like there hasn't been what Deadpool was maybe your best action movie / comedy, because they can't do. We're so woke now. We're so afraid of offending anybody. You can't make a good comedy anymore. The Hangover might have been the last great true comedy movie, maybe Bridesmaids. How old are those movies now?
Yeah. I was gonna say Wedding Crashers. What about Silverman would be so offensive though?
I mean just the jokes laced in between. The fact that Jack Black is fighting gayness, that wouldn't even be a theme that you could kind of. It wouldn't be funny to joke about someone questioning their sexuality. There's so much bullshit going on in society. Saving Silverman, it hit all those. It just hit all those nonsense notes, and that's what a comedy should do. It's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be an escape, and it's a great bad movie.
You're right, Alan. Before we get you, you're right. J.D. McNugent struggling along the lines of homosexuality and eventually making out with the drill sergeant from
Arlie Ermy.
God rest his soul.
I was gonna say, I think Murr missed a glaring one. Like, not even more so than that. Like, I was thinking. I mean, the whole movie is like basically just they kidnap a woman and keep her in the basement and fucking so that their friend doesn't marry her because they hate her. Like, yeah, I think like we missed the whole kidnapping portion. I mean, yeah, people would probably get all up in arms about fucking making jokes about Jack Black being gay, but like, yeah, no, he's probably right. I fucking love that movie. When you said it in the chat, I was like, yes, but it's not a good bad movie to me. It's a good movie to me.
It's a good movie.
Yeah,
but I just based on like the reviews and things like that.
Yeah, no, apparently Siskel and Ebert are fucking idiots.
Yeah, I mean, here's some of the here are some of the
dead.
okay. Some
hopefully he can sit on that dead thumb then.
A relentless misfire, ineptly stealing from a number of crude but more adly executed comedies. A fairly worthless endeavor that squanders the effort of an unusually talented cast. The audience is the one who needs saving, not the title character. In this latest entry, in this Look How Dumb I Can Get comedy sweepstakes. Peppered with naked senior citizens, trash-talking nuns, and a bloody plastic surgery operation. Silverman will be best enjoyed by people who truly believe gross and silly are synonyms for funny. I mean,
well, sign me up then.
I know. I mean, 100%. That last line sealed the deal right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like there's just so many good pieces to it. Yeah.
Like so many quotable lines. I mean, beer bong for the lady. I also like that scene where where is it Darren, aka Jason Biggs, is trying to incorporate Judith into the friends group and be like, yeah, we're gonna go watch football. And it's not, it's obviously it's not suited for most people, let alone someone as tight ass as Judith. And it's like, oh, you gotta me and we've been through a lot of games together. Let me make sure
It counts as one nacho.
That's right. Well, that's because he won't answer the door.
Well, dude, Steve Zahn, one of his finest performances.
Yes.
And I think he's a great actor any which way. His ability to play awkward is, I don't know, man. There's not many people that can pull off the way, like him being like the animal control specialist. Like, yeah, we got a loose sheep on the run out here. I'm just gonna take care of it. And he just does that thing where he sticks his tongue in his cheek and just like stare with his eyes rolling around.
Yeah, I like how the cops are like, all right, good work.
All right, good job.
Good job. And what a crazy. They fucking love Neil Diamond. And
I was gonna say you can't. It has a Neil Diamond cover band. Like it has Neil Diamond in it.
Diamond and Judith going on to explain that they have what was it like a psychiatric obsession with Neil Diamond. Like, oh, in our profession we call that this. After they get done showing him the Neil Diamond shrine, they're like, yeah, we love him. He's the greatest.
Neil, I want to party with you. He's like crying as he's reaching through security.
When she breaks Jack Black when he comes to check on her for food in the chicken outfit, like, holy shit, man. Dude, there's so much greatness in that movie. And that's why you can't trust critics. You cannot trust the coasts. Anytime I hear about the Electoral College being abolished, I think about the people that review movies like this one, and I'm like, America would be doomed, you crazy motherfuckers.
I mean, touche, but I haven't. This didn't win big in Middle America.
I disagree. I completely disagree. Funny's funny, and you know what? I feel like the people who gave this an 81%, they're the only ones that should be electing an elected official for any jurisdiction anywhere under any circumstance.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think to a dig on Jason Biggs' career, which is like pretty much marred by all the American Pie movies. I don't know that this is better than those. Maybe American Pie 1 you can make a case, but this is his
2 is pretty good too, though.
2 is good. Is it better than Saving Silverman?
I don't know. I definitely don't know
give-
as many lines from American Pie 2 as I know of Saving Silverman. If that's worth anything.
Yeah. Is it
I
better
think
than
the thing
Saving
that
Silverman's very quotable.
I think the thing that elevates Saving Silverman above the Pie movies is that they're a part of a genre like the teenage raunch genre,
Yeah.
whereas Saving Silverman is much more universal.
Standalone.
Yeah. Okay. Is it better than let's see here. Damn it. Not much.
Is it better than Loser or whatever that other Jason Biggs movie? Yes, it is. It's way better than that.
Here,
Do you remember?
but see, here's a
God.
the thing is Jason Biggs, like the only reason this movie got greenlit is because American Pie was so huge, but Jason Biggs wasn't even the biggest part of the American Pie movies. That would be Steven Stifler and the rest of not the rest of the cast, but some of the other cast, like Shitbrick and fucking Stifler, they make the movie. Jason Biggs is just like, he's sort of like The Hangover. What was the name of the guy who they could never find? They got lost every fucking movie.
Well, the first one was I think
Doug.
Yeah.
Doug is the catalyst for the movie, but Doug is in the movie for 3 minutes. The rest of the movie is like, it'd be like making a movie based on the success of The Hangover because Doug was in it. That's the reason the movie happened, but like, that's not what made the movie good. He was the least character.
Okay. So Saving Silverman's his best movie.
Yes, but not because of him, but because of Steve Zahn and Jack Black and Arlie Ermy. And Amanda Peet was even fucking great.
Yeah. All right. Folks, there you have it. Our review of Saving Silverman. Fuck Rotten Tomatoes. We're going with the user submission of this 81%. And Christ, in my mind, even kind of shortchanges it a little bit, but fuck that. All right, Alan, tell all the children's we can find the middle class holes.
Let me pause. Amanda Peet was kind of hot back then. I just
Kind of.
we never really touched on it. Yeah, there was something that bugged me about her, but she was pretty hot. Anyway, I digress, guys. It's a total side note. We just hadn't brought it up. Anyway, you can find us and maybe Amanda P pictures now on all of our favorite social media platforms. You can find us at mdlclassholes on Instagram and Twitter. We're the Middle Class Holes on TikTok and Facebook. And of course, for your listening pleasure, you can check us out on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And as always, please email us. Send us junk. Send us viruses. I don't care. Send us a Napster link if you want. If you can find one, that'd be kind of cool. But email them to us at tickleourtummies@gmail.com. That's right. Tickle our tummies, plural, multiple of us, 3 of our tummies, all of us at gmail.com.
Yeah. Hey, so next week, Q report. We get something teed up. Soon after that, Christ, who the hell knows? Maybe we'll get Kent Slaughter on the show.
Yeah.
My elementary principal was Mr. Slaughter. Nice guy, though. Not the same guy. And I'm not even sure my elementary school principal that guy's name was Ken. Totally different. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey guys, I got a proposition of the picture that we should use for our for the cover of this episode.
All right.
Can I share it with you?
Yes.
All right, yeah,
there you go.
Sorry, I'm just all over Amanda Peet right now.
She shows her tits in a Bruce Willis movie.
Yes, the whole 9 yards.
Oh,
yes.
They are beautiful.
All right, I'll share that with you guys. So I think like right there. one of these guys, I think. This is the best. This picture right here. He's like,
wait a minute. I think I
see something in the back of the the closet.
Nope. That's alarm.
Dude,
So
Steve's on. The knowing to open his eyes that wide with that face paint on. That's God, man. I actually, when you mentioned this, I started IMDb and Steve Zahn. I'm like, why isn't this motherfucker in every movie? Even if it's just a bit part, why isn't he in all of them?
I was going to say, there are very few Steve Zahn films that I dislike.
Is it the first 15
Dude, Daddy Daycare, he's brilliant in that too.
Mm-hmm.
The first 15 minutes of Saving Silverman where he retrieves that little baby raccoon. He's like, oh, here it is. It's so cute. Stop. Okay.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. All right. Well, send us in your submissions. We won't listen because it's going to be our submission.
We won't listen because it's chairman of the board next. So
That's right. Chairman of the board coming up. We're going to look at the last week of August. Christ, I fear that I have to watch that fucking movie. All right, I'll figure it out.
get ready.
Gotta get my bearings straight. All right, folks. Well, it's been a blast. Check us out next week. Check us out on all the social media platforms that Alan just called out. And hey, man, you can hit me up on AOLIM 92Q. For those of you girls I saw in Christiana Mall in the late 90s. Holler.
Oh God, I'm looking at the cover of Chairman of the Board. It is embarrassing.
God, it's fucking Carrot Top surfing, dude. Jack's in it.